Okay, welcome along everyone on YouTube and to everyone on Facebook. And if you're tuned in later in the day, you're very welcome along. So it'll be myself, Shane, leading you through the chair gym today. So the session will take place entirely from the seated position. So I'm just going to give everyone just a minute or two to tune in there. So kind of similar to how I did, I think it was on Tuesday last. I might just we'll go through a couple of movements. We tried them a second time just to let you explore the movements. And I did a little bit of work in terms of the hands and the fingers. We touched on that subject of maybe a little bit of arthritis in the hands, or just generally with colder weather, maybe just feeling that little bit more stiff around the hands and fingers. So I'll give a little bit of attention to that. Some of the same movements that we worked on Tuesday. Just going to give you a chance to have a look at those again. So we'll get straight into this. We'll just begin warming up first. As always on a Friday, I'll not keep you for too long. Just a nice short session today. So sitting nice and upright, I'll just begin with a shrug of the shoulders up and down. Just looking to get a little bit of movement here. Any movement at all, just gently shrugging those shoulders up and down. And from this position, I'll start rolling the shoulders back. Just opening out, rolling those shoulders back, nice and light. And then just changing direction and rolling the shoulders slowly forward in circles. Okay, just bringing the arms across the chest. And just pulling back nice and wide, just opening out that position. Just gently pull the arms back and then just opening out the position. And we'll just continue on. I might just feel a nice squeeze between the shoulder blades and just a really nice open position as I bring those arms back. We'll just continue on. Sylvia, how are you? Afternoon, great to have you with us. And then back down. Okay, just next a rotation, I want you to fold the arms, raise in front, and just rotate right and left, side to side. Just think about getting a nice stretch through your back, and just getting as much movement as is comfortable here, rotating from right to left. Okay, just keeping those arms folded. I want you just nice and light, raise in front, just straight up and down, just to about shoulder height, raising the arms in front. Just connecting with my shoulders now. Okay, and then just straightening the arms out, just bringing right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Just stretching across or tapping one hand to the opposite shoulder. Okay. And then resting hands down on legs, just slowly stretching down, hands towards feet, and then just straightening back up into position. I'm not going to force anything too far here, just stretching as far as comfortable, and then just straightening back up. Just getting comfortable back in the chair, just getting the lower limbs moving next. What I want to do is just march it out, just start getting that little bit of movement through the legs first. So again, we'll always say in that warm up, we're just gently bringing that heart rate up. We're just warming the body and we're just loosening everything out before we start to get into a couple more challenging movements overall. And again, the main kind of purpose and theme in my session, we're just looking to connect with parts of the body, maybe just whether that's the shoulder, the hip, just working, connecting with parts of the body and getting a really good connection with them. So next, just nice and light, tap the heels out, just stretch the legs out in front, tapping your heels off the floor. Just keeping it moving here. And then just open the position wider, again, just nice and light, tapping the heels out to the sides, just stretching across. And then again, just return back to a march. Just going to keep it moving here. Just spending a little bit of time on the lower limbs here. Once again, just tapping the heels out in front, just stretching the legs out. And then one more time, opening out to the sides, just stretching the legs across, tapping the heels off the floor as I stretch across side to side. Okay. From this position, just want to reset. I just want to open right leg and then open left legs, just stepping out to the sides now, just opening up the hips. We have a hip movement coming up shortly in our first block of work. So we're just going to open out that position a little bit here before we start to push it a little bit harder, which we will do shortly. Just opening out to the sides. Okay. And then if we just extend the legs out in front, just point one foot forward, pull the toes of the other foot back. So just getting a little bit of movement through the feet just to finish up our warm-up. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Just alternate between the two positions. And down, and just finish out. Right foot is up off the floor, slowly around in circles. As we'll always say in this movement, just avoid going really quickly. Your challenge here is to slow this movement down, just getting as much movement as you comfortably can. Reverse and change direction, just continuing in circles. And down, switch it up, just finish out, left foot. And again, nice and slow around in circles. So I'm thinking, how big of a circle can I draw with the toes of my foot? But how slowly can I move it? And it's actually hard to really slow the movement down. And if we change direction, so back the opposite way. And rest down. Okay, warm up finished. Just quickly checking in there. Marie, Henry, great to have you with us. And we have our admin on as well. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so just going to move into our first circuit. So as I always do, we'll explore all of these movements twice over. So just get a feel for them, and then we can kind of build up in the second round. First movement, what I want you to do is lift your right foot up off the floor. And I want to go in a lateral plane. So this is really going to challenge the hip. You can hold the side for a little bit of support and just open that right leg to the right. So you're not going forward, you're not going back, you're opening to the side. Imagine like your leg is kind of caught in a loop here. So it just continues to loop in that circular motion out to the right. Okay, so what maybe looks very simple and easy to begin with starts to get a little bit more challenging and tiring on that hip. So continue on, opening that leg out to the right. Keep the foot off the floor and making sure you don't rush this. If I go really, really fast here, I'm just going to run out of steam here. This hip is just going to get really tired. So keep this nice and controlled. Just finish out and back down. Let's switch sides. I want you to elevate the left foot up off the floor. And I want to start slowly opening that left leg out to the side. So you're working in that lateral direction. Again, just imagine your leg is kind of caught in a loop here. It's just going in the same circle out to the sides every time. Again, just keep the action slow. If I go really fast, that hip is just going to tire really quickly here. Your hip is controlling everything. Nice and slow, lifting out to the side. Let's just keep it going. And rest down. Okay, so just going to give the hips a little bit of a breather. I'm just going to come a little bit closer to the camera here. Like we did on Tuesday, I'm going to work the fingers with this one. I want to close the fingers of the right hand together and separate the fingers of the left hand. And then it's going to switch between the positions. So very simply, one hand, the fingers separate, other hand, the fingers close together. Just want to continue on with that action. A little bit of fun as well, this one, but there is good purpose. As I said on Tuesday, like any other part of the body, want to keep the hands strong, the fingers strong, mobile, moving. They're doing tasks every day. Little things, cartons, remotes, just everything we need, that ability, that strength, that power, that movement in the fingers. And this is just a really nice action. And we're tying in a little bit of coordination with it. The opposite side. Opposite hand doing different commands. Let's go another couple of times. and back in. Perfect. So just scoot back here. We're going to try those actions one more time so you can kind of get a feel. Was that easy? Was that hard? And we can now work either a little bit harder or maybe just a little bit more mindful if that was very difficult. So elevate the right foot up off the ground. And I might just hold the side of my chair or the arms of the chair and just slowly open to the right. So I want you to move that right leg in a loop here. It's going lateral and lateral over and over again in that circular motion out to the side. Foot stays off the floor, opening the leg out to the right. Okay, so let's just continue on, keeping that right leg moving out to the right. Let's say I'm just in that loop, continuing on. Maybe what starts easy starts to get quite hard. We'll just finish out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, rest down. Might feel a little bit of tension in the hip after, and then we'll feel a little bit better and kind of nice and loose and opened up hopefully after the session. Elevate the left foot up, and let's begin that same action. Opening your left leg out to the side. And again, just imagine it's stuck in a loop here, going out to the side in that circular motion, over and over again. Again, that left hip now is really active, controlling the action as I lift out to the sides. So we'll just continue on another couple of times. Let's finish. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest down. Okay, good challenge there on the hips. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Just going to bring the hands back into play now. Clench or close the fingers of the right hand together. Separate the fingers of your left hand. And then just switch. So separate one hand, close on the other hand. Just those two different actions on each side. One opens, one closes. And takes a little bit of practice, this one. But worth practicing and just testing out like the mobility, what kind of movement you have. Might be certain fingers a little bit tight, some of them just a little bit stiff. I know if we do have arthritis and things like that, as I lose the control there, bring it back in. Just work with whatever range of movement you comfortably can here. And down. Okay, that's your first round, your first circuit done. We're going to move into the second one. Similar team, you're going to work the leg, the hip a little bit in this next one. We'll do the right, then we'll do the left. And then again, I'm going to bring it back to the fingers again, getting a little bit of movement. So, first exercise, I want you to straighten your right leg out. As much as you can, I want to try and keep the legs out straight and not to kind of drop the foot down throughout. I want to keep it raised. That makes sense. From that position, just want to lightly pulse the leg up and down, like so. So if we continue on with that action, I'm just going to turn to the side as well, just to give you that view of what I'm doing. The leg is straightened out in front, and I'm just going to lightly pulse the leg up and down. By doing this movement, I'm not looking to go really fast. Might feel a little bit of tension around the thigh here. I might feel a little bit of tension around the hip as well. Keep it nice and controlled. Not looking to go too fast, as I say. Just nice and slow, small range of movement. You're just lightly pulsing that leg up and down. Just feeling a little bit of tension through the leg. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Rest down. Left leg out again. Key is that your foot isn't kind of dropping to the floor. You're keeping it elevated. Keep the leg straight. And again, so I want you to lightly pulse that leg up and down. Nice straight leg. Just pulse up and down. Again, feel nice tension through that leg. My hip is switched on. And my leg is really working hard. Just lightly pulse up and down. Another couple of seconds. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay. So next one. I'm going to bring it back to the hand. So I'm just going to zoom in. Two little movements, combinations here. The first one, raise the hands up. And all I want you to do is pull the thumbs across the palm of the hand on each side. So the thumb goes across the palm of your hand. The rest of the fingers don't move. They just stay in place. and you're just lightly pulling the thumb across the palm of the hand. We'll just continue on. And down. Separate movements. Bring your hands together. This is going to work the fingers individually. So what I want you to do is work first with the index finger. So that's the one beside our thumb here. And I just want to separate. I'm just going to go with this setup. You can, this just works kind of well, hopefully, to show it. You go from the side if you prefer, like this. Just want to make it clear. You can kind of see that action, that separation. I pause, move into the middle finger. So can I separate the two middle fingers? Just separating. And pause. This is where it gets really tricky. The ring finger, so beside your baby finger, try and separate. This is where I catch people out. This is where it gets really tough. You might notice the other fingers are all lifting here as well. So this is a really tricky little challenge. This is not easy. So don't be too hard on yourself with that one. Pause. Finally, the baby finger, which should actually be much freer. People expect this one to be a lot harder, but it's actually generally a freer range of movement here. And back down. Okay, so we will get to return to that. So again, let's go through those actions again. As I say, really not to be too hard, especially if you do maybe have a little bit of arthritis in the hands, the fingers. Like some of those movements will be very challenging in terms of the mobility. It's just working with what you comfortably can, and hopefully it's just a nice, fun and engaging challenge as well. So let's straighten that right leg out. But key is to say, don't be too hard on yourself if that was difficult. Straighten the right leg out, and let's just lightly pulse that leg up and down. Just give those hands, fingers a nice rest here. We'll make the leg work hard for a little bit. So the leg is straight, and you're just pulsing up and down. Again, I'm trying to keep that leg pretty much straight throughout. And as I say, the best description I give you is just to lightly pulse up, down, feeling a little bit of tension through the leg, that thigh switched on, those quads, my hip, really active. And 3, 2, 1, rest down. Straighten the left leg. Again, nice straight leg, and just lightly pulse that leg up and down. Okay, so your left leg is straight, keeping it as straight as you can, just mindful that the foot doesn't start to drop into the floor. Very small range of movement, just keeping that tension nicely switched on through the leg. Go another couple of seconds. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, moving back to the hands. Excuse me as I just zoom in a little bit here. Hands up again, and let's lightly bring the thumbs across the palms of the hands. Hello, Philomena, Facebook. Great to have you with us. So the hands are up, and I just lightly pull the thumbs across the palm of the hand, one at a time. So you're getting movement through the thumb, and then we will move through the fingers, one at a time. So thumb across the palm of the hand. And down. Bring your hands together. I might just show side on this time. I'm not really sure which way it looks best to demonstrate. But I'm going to bring my hands together and just work with the index finger. So beside the thumb, separate the fingers. Just the index finger on each hand. So just separate the fingers. It's really just close control. A lot of the time you might be maybe used to, with the hands, things like squeezing an object. But I also like to work in the opposite range. So instead of just squeezing all the time, what about testing out mobility in the opposite range? So just opening out the fingers, separating, pause, move to the middle finger, and let's separate the middle fingers on each side. Okay, pause, move down to the ring finger, the tricky one, so beside your baby finger here, separate, and this is where it gets really tricky. This is a difficult one for anyone. Ask anyone at home to try this one out later in the day, maybe. Fun Friday challenge. Pause, and then finally, we probably will have a bit more movement returning. Baby finger, just separate each one. and back down. Okay, brilliant work there. 2 rounds. Hopefully that was okay. And as I said, a little bit of a challenge in that. So, next one, this is just going to be a double. So we're just going to work to the right and then work to the left. It's just a nice postural movement. Just think a little bit of connection with the upper body and the shoulder, and just generally a movement pattern that feels quite nice. So what I want to do is reach out with my right arm, and I just bring the elbow back and turn the body. Again, working through the same side, reach in front, pull back. And you'll see how I allow my upper body to rotate, and I just gently allow that head to turn a little bit as well. Bring that elbow right back as far as comfortable. So it's not just a case of going to pull on the hand. Think about your elbow pushing back, right back, even to a point where it's going behind the body a little bit here. Just in a nice, strong, upright position. Reach in front, pull back and rotate. Just working through the right side here. Another couple of times. It's a really nice movement. Hopefully it feels good for you as well. Let's go 3 more. 2, 1. Rest down. I'm going to do that same action through the left. So again, just raise the arm in front. Imagine just reach or grab. Bring the elbow back and just rotate the body and just lightly turn the head with the movement as well. Reach in front. Bring that elbow right back. You can think of that elbow coming all the way back, almost to a point where it's maybe just going slightly behind the body. Reach in front, pull back. So let's continue on. I'm going high enough in terms of the reps here, just hopefully getting a really nice connection with the body. 3 more. 2, 1, and back down. Okay, I'm going to do that 1 more time on each side. So just again, reset. And all we'll do is just slowly roll the shoulders back, just in between that one, just break it up a little bit. And then just roll the shoulders forward again, just giving our shoulders a little bit of a break on that one. Just lightly rolling shoulders forwards. Okay, so let's go through those again, each side one at a time. So my right arm in front, just imagine grab, pull back, bring that elbow back, and rotate through the upper body, lightly turning my head with the movement. Again, I'm going to do lots of reps here. Reach in front, pull the elbow back, and just rotate that upper body. Hopefully getting a nice connection here, maybe a little feeling back of the shoulder, and just generally through the upper body. I'm going to go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we'll finish that one out through the left side now. So again, just set up nice and comfortable. In front, grab, pull back, and that nice rotation as well. Slight rotation. Just slowly moving that head with the movement, if comfortable to do so. Elbow back. And just pushing behind as well, as far back as is comfortable for you. Reach in front, pull back. So let's continue another couple of times here. I'm just going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then rest down. Okay, so that one felt okay. Just going to again, just give you a little breather after that one. Just slowly roll the shoulders back. And then just roll the shoulders forwards. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, just again, a little bit of work on the hands/fingers. A couple of components here, Just checking in with my notes. Yeah, just 2 movements here, and then I might just finish off with a little bit of kind of fun coordination to finish the session with. So again, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer to the camera here. This is one we practiced on Tuesday. And again, some of these movements, they're not easy. They're challenging enough when it comes to the fingers, the hands. So I think just to go over them again and just to give it, just to try it out in that way. So what I want you to do is bring the hands up. If you remember the last day when I spoke about bringing the top of your finger towards the kind of callus or the top of the palm of your hand. So I'm going to make it as straightforward as possible. That's all I want to do. Just bring the fingers in and then open back up. So just try and tap the top of the palm of your hand, just where sometimes you might get a callus, especially at the moment with all that sanitizer on your hands. So just lightly curl the fingers. And what you're trying to do here is get the movement through the fingers. So the hand itself isn't moving, it's just the fingers. Just curling them in and then opening back out. Let's go another couple of times. Maybe after a little practice, maybe this second day, if this is your second time trying it, maybe just working a little bit better this time. Or maybe the first time you try this can be very stiff and challenging. And down. Okay, just rest the hands down, just give them a little bit of a breather. Next movement, I'm going to go for a full clenched fist position and then slowly unfurl the position out. So how that looks. Again, you can honestly go with whatever way the hands feel comfortable, but I'm just in the purpose of giving you the best demonstration, I hold the hands forward. So I'll just close the fingers down in the same way, but then I go ahead, fold and clench the hand fully. So you can see like that. Slowly unfurl, spread back out. Fingers down, curling further, the knuckles down, and clench. Slowly open, and just unfurl the position back out. So let's just continue. Just think you're breaking it down in slow motion. Fingers curl down, knuckles go further down, clench the hand, open, spread everything apart again. Let's do that one nice and slow. And back down, okay? Just rest the hands, just give them a couple of seconds. We'll try those 2 actions one more time. And you might feel maybe the second time that little bit more movement. And as I said there, I have the hands up, but honestly, you can do it by your side like this. Just whatever way it feels comfortable for you. But I'm just in the interest of demonstration. I'm doing it like this. So again, fingers just towards the top of the hand, the top part, the palm of your hand, and then back up. So just curl and then open back up. So you're just moving through the fingers at this point. That's all we're doing. Again, you're working with what you've got in terms of range here. Might be difficult. So you just don't push anything. Just make sure there's no pain. Just work in ranges of movement that are okay for you, that feel comfortable. Let's go another couple of times. And rest down, okay? So we'll go for next where we fully clench the hand and then just slowly unfurl and open the position out. Okay, it's important to give yourself a couple of seconds. It just gets a little bit tight. You might feel around the forearm, just getting a little bit tight after that. So just give it a couple of seconds. And let's go again. One more time. My hands are up. Curl the fingers, continuing on into a fully clenched position. Slowly open and just unfurl the fingers out. Just slowly going between the 2 positions. Open, fully clenched. Breaking it down, just curling the fingers and then fully clenching the hand. Right, so let's just go another couple of times just to finish out. I'll try this 5 more times. 3 more. And then once more. And there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to scoot back. Hopefully that was okay. As I said, you're just looking to get as much movement as you comfortably can. People seem to respond or get something from that on Tuesday. Maybe not for everyone. But as I say, sometimes it can be nice to just give a little bit of attention to those smaller joints, things like your ankle, the wrist, Even just write down, as we did there, the fingers and the hands, just to get movement like any other part of the body. And if that's maybe an area that causes a bit of kind of challenge, maybe, if, as I say, the likes of arthritis in the hands and fingers, I know that can be very kind of uncomfortable. So hopefully those movements, maybe just a little bit of light relief and a bit of challenge, something different that we might have enjoyed. So after all that, I just want to have a little bit of fun on this last one, a little bit of coordination, nice light movement. What I want to do is bring one leg forward, so I'm on the heel of my left foot, and I'm right back on the toes of my right foot. And I just want to alternate, switch between the positions. Okay, so just think one leg is forward, one leg is back. Always on the heel of one foot and on the toes of the opposite foot. And you're just switching between the two positions. It's just that coordination, that different challenge on each side. If you feel comfortable, you can start to bring this one up a little bit quicker. See how it goes. And just finish out the last couple of times. And rest down, okay? Just relax, rock the feet forward and back, and I'll just give you one more challenge there. Just nice and light, rock the feet forward and back. Up on the toes, back on the heels. Okay, so I want to set that position up again. Out on the heel of one foot, back on the toes of the other foot. And what I want to do is just switch the positions again. Heel of one foot forward, and back on the toes of the other side. Just switch positions. One leg forward, one leg back, heel, and then toes. We'll just continue on. If it's okay, let's bring it up a little bit quicker if you're comfortable to do so. Just for a little challenge, a little fun at the end of the session. Don't need to be too hard on ourselves, just a little bit of coordination here. And rest down, okay? So I feel a little kind of burn connection in the legs there. So hopefully you enjoyed that. What I'll do next is just bring us into a couple of nice relaxing stretches, just to ensure we're really nice and relaxed of a Friday here. So just a couple of straightforward movements. So I want you to straighten your right leg out. I want to pause in that position. And then I want to pull the toes back in towards yourself. Feeling maybe a little stretch back and lower leg. And then just switch it off, pointing the toes forward and away from your body. Again, pull the toes back in towards yourself. Hold the position. Point the toes forward and away from yourself. One more time, pull the toes back in towards yourself. And then point the toes forward and away. Back down. Straighten the left leg out. Again, let's point those toes backwards first. Let's follow the same order. Apologies. So point the toes back towards yourself. Point the toes forward and away. Pull the toes back in towards your body. Point the toes forward. So one more time between the two positions. Toes back. Let's hold. And then point the toes forward and hold. And back down. Okay, I'm just going to sit nice and upright. Open the right leg out. Just hold in position for a couple of seconds. Back in. It's going to go the same again. Open out to the side. Nice long hold. Back in. And once more. Just through that right leg. Back in. Switch to the left side. Open out to the side. I want you to hold in position for a couple of seconds here. Back in. Open out to the sides. Nice hold again. Back in. And then I want to go one more time. Open out to the sides. Hold position. And back in. Okay. From there, I'm going to show you from the side. Movement I like to do a lot. I'm going to sit comfortably in your chair, but you can break this down to what way works best for you. Lift your right knee up. I want you to lightly hold on to that knee. For some of us, that might be as far as we're really comfortable. We might not be comfortable pushing this much further. If comfortable, I want you to gently raise that knee up a little bit higher towards your chest. And then just hold that position. If it's not comfortable for you to raise that knee up, it's perfectly fine not to push it any further, okay? My back is nice and straight. I feel a little stretch in that glute. Maybe feeling that hip switched on as well here. Just going to hold for a couple of seconds, just a nice position. And then I'll rest down. I'll switch over to the opposite. Just adjust, comfortable, knee up. Lightly hold on to that knee. And then again, if comfortable, I will just gently raise that knee up a little bit higher, holding my position. I just want you to think of raising the knee up as opposed to bending your body down. So think of the knee being slowly elevated up. Holding for a couple of seconds. And back down. Right. So let's move up a little bit. I'm just going to open the arms by my side. The palms are forward. Doesn't matter if the arms are a little bit higher or a little bit lower. Just try and get a nice comfortable position for you. And just lightly pull those arms back, opening out that chest. We'll just slowly ease from the position. And then again, pull back. Opening out that chest, holding for a couple of seconds here. And relax. And let's go again. Opening out that chest, arms back, holding position. I'll go one more time. And back down. Okay, so a rotation next, as we always like to do, both at the start and at the end. And always looking to go with a nice bit of control on this. So let's fold the arms. Similar to how we began in the warm-up, but this time I'm going to stay in the positions a little bit longer. So how that looks, my arms are folded, nice and upright. Rotate your body to the right, and I want to hold the position for a couple of seconds here. My head turns with the body, keeping those feet flat to the floor. So you might notice maybe the feet are trying to lift. Try and keep them flat to the floor. Return to the center, and then slowly over to the left. Hold position. Couple of seconds here, and then back to the center. So let's go again. Slowly rotate to the right, holding my position. Back to the center, and slowly rotate over to the left. And again, back to the center, over to the right, couple of seconds, and then slowly over to the left. Okay, really nice movement. You're going to work in the ranges that feel good. Let's just go twice more on each side. Feeling through the upper body. And we're in no hurry with this move. We'll just take our time, spend a couple of seconds in each position. Okay, so let's move through each side one more time. Over to the right. And then over to the left. And back down. Okay, so just reset after that one. This kind of ties us nicely into the shoulders. Just slowly roll those shoulders back. Just hopefully feeling really nice and open after all that work. And then if we change the direction, slowly rolling the shoulders forwards. Okay, just nice and light. I want you to bring the hands to the side of your head. You'll see how my elbows are pointed forward. And then nice and light, I just want to bring those elbows back. So I'm in a really nice open position. Hold for a couple of seconds and relax those elbows in. Again, just nice and light. Pull those elbows back. Hold a nice open position. And relax. And again, just bring those elbows back. And hold. Back in. Just going to finish this one out twice more. And then one more time, if comfortable to do so. One more time, elbows back, hold position, and relax down. Okay. I'll finish out a really nice one to finish with on a Friday, just our postural breathing. So just trying in a little bit of posture with your breathing. And this is just really a nice relaxing one after maybe a week of exercise or classes. So just sit comfortable, rest your hands on the legs. What I'll always say is avoid going too extreme or too harsh between the two positions, but very simply, I want to just relax the upper body so the shoulders might naturally round a little bit. I draw air in through the nose, inhale, and I rise that chest up, open position, almost to a point where maybe there's a little arch or you feel a little squeeze in the shoulder blades here. Exhale, and just relax that body forward. Inhale again, chest open and up, and then slowly exhale. Let's go again. Inhale through the nose, chest nice and open, and exhale. It's going to go twice more. See how that chest comes open, maybe a little squeeze between shoulder blades, and then relax that upper body position. One more time. And down. Okay, so that's our session for today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We'll be back on Saturday at 11 o'clock. We have our mobility, and we'll be back again on Monday. So we have our 11 o'clock sessions, generally our more active sessions. And then at 2 o'clock, we will have our chair gym. So hopefully you enjoyed the workout. Hopefully you have a great weekend. And thanks for tuning into the session. So brilliant stuff, everyone on YouTube, and brilliant stuff, everyone on Facebook.